Hi guys, welcome to another CSR2 video. And in this one, we'll be looking at Season 42's Race Pass and judging which cars are good to take, which ones you should maybe consider, and which ones you should avoid completely. So without further ado, let's get right into the Race Pass. Now this season has some good live racers in it, I should admit up front. And when it comes to the free tier, the first car you should take is the Nissan GT-R Nismo Japan Spec. Because for my testing, this is, I would say, a C tier live racer. It's not the worst, it's not the best, but it can get you by in a bind. So it's pretty good to have on hand. I do like mine, except mine has been bumped a bit, which I will have to unbump. So it's a good car all around when it comes to live racing in 10.4, 10.6 lobbies. It's unable to beat Dyno, unfortunately, but nevertheless, it's able to get great Evo, assuming you have stage 6 transmission, because that's the secret sauce of this car, a stage 6 transmission. Second, and this one I'm going just off a hunch, is the Lexus LC500 convertible. Why I say this is a hunch is because I'm not too sure if this performs as well as the one in Elite Tuners, because I haven't upgraded mine. I just left mine sitting in the corner to collect dust because I have no interest in Lexus LC500 due to the gearbox, because I know that the transmission has 10 gears and I don't like cars with too many gears, hence why I left this one alone. But if this one turns out to be as good a live racer as the Elite Tuners version, yes, you may want to consider it as a tier 4 live racer. But don't take it for Tempest, because the Lexus LC500 doesn't have very good acceleration. Finally, the third pick I'll say is the Mazda RX-7 Rocket Bunny. The reason why I say this is because this car is an old car, and as such, it's unable to get the same PP to Evo ratio as most modern cars. For example, the Nissan GT-R Nismo, you can see on the right. So, as such, I would say the first pick is the Nissan, second, the Lexus, and third, the Mazda. So that's the free tier done. Let's move on to the paid tier. And the paid tier, the first car you should take, and a must take in my opinion, is the Hyundai Envision 74. This is a great live racer because if you tune it with, I believe, stage 6 body and stage 4 transmission, stage 3 tires, you don't need anything else. This car is able to get about 640-ish PP and 2.6k Evo. It's crazy, and when it comes to racing in 9.5, 9.7 lobbies, this car just dominates everything. Everything in tier 4, most tier 5s, the Envision 74 just dominates it. But two things you should know about this car. First, it's electric, so you cannot hold the gas pedal down and time your launch button. You have to make sure the needle's on perfect before you launch it. And secondly, it runs on Hyundai parts, and Hyundai parts can be a bit hard to get, especially the red ones, because when it comes to green and blues, you can easily get those by stripping the Velocitors that you get out of rare imports, because more often than not, you will get a Veloster when it comes to a 1 or 2 star car. So that's how you get Hyundai parts. But when it comes to the red parts, you more often than not might need to rely on either opening crates or stripping the Elantra end if you happen to get an Elantra end, because that's likely to give a red part. So, oh yeah, and the race pass universals, of course. So that wraps it up for the Hyundai Envision 74. And the next two cars I would say are a toss-up. It depends what you want and what you're looking for. So the first pick I'll take of the second car would be the Lexus LFA. The reason is the LFA tends to be used in certain events, more so than a GT-R 50. So, because these two cars are not good live racers, event eligibility is what you should be looking at. And the Lexus LFA fits that criteria, hence why I say that's the second best pick when it comes to the paid tier. So, the third and final car, of course, is the Nissan GT-R 50. It's not a very fantastic car from my experience. I have looked around with this car, and I don't think there are any good live racing tunes. If there are, feel free to correct me down below in the comments, but from my knowledge at least, it's not very fantastic, so I wouldn't take that. But I have to take that because it's the only car that I don't have among the three, so I will be taking the GTR 50. But assuming I didn't have any of the three, the first I'll take the Hyundai, the Hyundai Envision 74, because it's a great life racer, followed by the Lexus LFA for event eligibility, and finally the Nissan GTR 50, which doesn't really have any purpose to my knowledge anyway. So that wraps it up for the race pass for season 42. I don't have anything to tack on at the end other than a quick recap for the free tier, being the first car you should take being the Nissan, then the Lexus, then the Mazda, and for the paid tier, the first one being the Hyundai, then the Lexus, then the Nissan. So that wraps it up for this video. If you have any comments, anything you'd like to tell me, do leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And that wraps it up for this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.